And we're back. It's been a hot while since
Welcome back.
Motherfucker. So I'm back here with Angelo.
Hey.
I'm back, Kiwi, I should say, and Sebastian.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
so
right.
you want to start off?
Indeed, I will.
Do it, pussy.
Oh, talking about pussies. Hey, kittens are really cute.
That's a hell of a transition, but go on. You fascinated me.
No, well, I mean, talking with kittens and everything like that, I just noticed today, nowadays, we have 2 cats and now 4 dogs
Yes.
and a snake. It's
Yeah.
becoming a zoo. But that's
Slowly but surely.
Slowly
All we
but
need now
surely.
is an orangutan and a Brian.
And a what? Oh, and a bright, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not one we keep.
Who is this Brian guy you're talking about? I'm Bunyan.
No, I'm talking about a hobo in the street, One of nature's fascinating animals.
So me then. Pretty much look homeless.
Minus the clothes and think, I think we got her. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weeks ago when we went to the museum, and your dad's like, yeah, we have like 4 dogs, 2 cats, a fucking snake. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you guys have a lot of animals.
Yeah, I don't know how we manage it.
Yeah, I have a
Wait, we don't?
I have a guinea pig, 3 zebra finches, and a pit bull, and I can barely manage that. I don't get how you guys manage all that.
I mean, I think birds are more difficult to manage since they're so annoying. They're cute and all, but when do they not fucking tweet all the time? Just
Really? I find my
Wow.
birds the easiest to take care of because I just like throw them food. I'm like, all right, fuck off.
As
See
far
you
as
guys."
I remember, I don't know if you remember, we did have a couple birds,
Yeah.
but it was a little tough. One, because we didn't have a cage, we couldn't find them. It was
Wait, so where the fuck did you put the birds?
what? Well, it was in the house. It just we just never kept the windows open.
Wait, by birds do you mean? I remember the duck.
But, well, no,
You
not.
guys had a fucking duck?
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
a duck. Her
What
name
the
was
fuck?
Snowball.
We had,
Where'd you get the duck from?
I was in Colombia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
And we
I was
also.
gonna say, do they sell ducks here?
We also
What
had a-
backstreet swami did you guys go to for a fucking
I
duck?
stole it from the Asian market.
You rescued it.
That's where we got our 2 cats too.
No. You know what, the funny thing is, oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Fuck!
Ah.
No!
Now we're gonna have to start all over again.
No, we're not starting this over.
Well-
So,
Speaking of pets, our new dog is a pug. Her name is Mocha.
you guys got another dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What
this,
the fuck?
but this was because my mom has the tendency of seeing a pup or whatever animal,
So I've been told.
seeing that it's really cute, and because of the fact that it's really cute and a baby, she wants to bring him home.
And then I'll take care of it.
And
Yourself.
no, she actually takes care of it, but when
When they're
they're
puppies.
babies, when they're puppies, because they're so cute, like us when we were babies, and then they grow up, and then
They're
they become
hideous.
annoying and they're hideous, and now we have all these dogs and cats
I
and a
th-
snake.
I think that's a lot of something that a lot of people do. Just like they see the puppy and they're like, "Oh, you're so cute." Take them home, and after a couple of days, they friggin' don't want the dog or cat anymore, and they just keep them there for decoration.
Or they're unable to live with them, or
But then there are a lot of times where like people will feel that way, but eventually they end up getting really attached to their pet.
oh yeah, absolutely.
That's the dad thing.
Yeah,
the dad
that's-
never wants the pet. He says, "Get that thing out of my house." But then, after everyone's done loving it, he's the one that loves it the most for the longest time.
Yeah, I remember he told me about that. Like when you guys first got your first dog, he's like, "No, get the fucking thing out of here."
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't an animal person, and then afterward, apparently the dog loved him more than anyone else.
Yeah, ironically.
It's so funny. Like
The
they,
things of life.
yeah, like they say, animals or opposites attract. But if you guys are wondering about the next animation coming out, it's getting there. It's just I've been busy playing video games. I don't know if you guys ever heard
Busy.
of.
What honesty.
Yes. I mean, it's true. What I'm gonna be like, no, man, I'm working hard. I'm doing shit in school.
Isn't
No.
the next animation font like? Oh no, not a font. Like the background, isn't it you in a beach?
Yes, yes, it is.
All right, I'm excited to see
I would have liked to keep that as a motherfucking secret, but it's not like too many people watch my podcast. But for those who do, thank you for listening. And I know, like a friend I mentioned last time, Devin. If you're listening to this, Devin, fuck you.
All right,
We love you, Devin.
I don't know.
No, they
who that
don't.
is. Okay.
Actually, you'll get to know them. You'll get to know a bit about them in the next animation. So look forward to that, Devin, and anyone else. So I'm mentioning video games because I've been super into a game called Subnautica recently. Y'all ever
I've heard of it.
I heard of it. Yeah.
I've been obsessing. It stresses me the fuck out because it's an underwater. For anyone who doesn't know, it's an underwater survival game. Basically, you're part of this interstellar spaceship called the Aurora, and you're heading to this planet, but you get shot down and you're stuck on the planet, and you have to try to find your way off the planet. But there's a day and night cycle. There's all these biomes, and you're trying to get a bunch of materials while at the same time not dying from giant sea monsters.
So basically, Minecraft underwater.
But with giant sea monsters.
Nice.
It's horrible. It's not horrible, but it's stressful as fuck.
It sounds fun.
It doesn't strike me as fun, really.
No?
No, and then again, I don't play a lot of video games. So.
Same here, but I can
Y'all
relate.
bitches.
How'd you know?
Because I took one look at that ass. I'm like, yep, it's a bitch right there.
Oh, you too good.
You've been on the pimp for a long run.
Who, me?
What? No, Brian.
Oh.
Yes, for those who don't know, I've not only do I do YouTube and work at IHOP, I do a pimping on the side. Alongside with Sebastian making octopus porn.
I'm learning.
I'm learning how the tentacles work. I watch hentai to study.
It's art.
That's disgusting.
I need to learn the
It's not
process.
disgusting. It's art.
In the name of art.
Art. For anybody who hasn't noticed yet, I'm sick. Actually, this is the best my voice has been for like a week now. And friggin' sucks still. I still can't do the high notes.
the other day when I heard it, I'm like, oh, his voice sounds so fucked.
Yeah, it sounded a little like this. Hello, how are you?
It was,
Yeah.
it was mostly when you sang a song.
Oh no, even when I spoke, but when I sang, yeah, it
No, but
was
when
even
he
worse.
sang, it was worse. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever brought this up with you guys, but is there anything appealing about my voice? Because I have had multiple comments in videos of people being like, hey, I like your voice. And I'm looking at my computer or my phone and being like, the fuck's so great about my voice? So I'm just, because I've asked other people, and a professor said she finds my voice interesting because I get really into things. Another professor I heard, or from what she said, apparently I sound different and it makes it kind of interesting, but what's your guys' opinion on that?
You always sound interested in what you're doing, which is a big plus. And of course, you mess around like this, and
Yeah. Keep
oh
talking.
my god.
Please. I really hope no one's looking. So, just
There's a big chance someone could see you.
there is. Let them. The people listening are probably like, what the fuck is he doing? Don't worry about it. Anyway, you were saying.
But your voice is also like a little bit on the higher end, but it's still. Are you sure about that? But it's still like warm. You have a warm voice.
Yeah, I heard that one before.
Do I
Yeah, you'd be great at ASMR.
really? Apparently, whispering hurts the or like it kind of damages your vocal cords. From what I've
Really?
heard. Apparently,
Then what have I been doing these past couple of days? All I've been doing is whispering.
from what I know, the science of it is like because you whisper, your like muscles kind of tense up more than how they normally are when they speak. So you kind of I'm dying from the room again. So basically, you're making your muscles work a lot more than if you're just talking normally.
You hear that, kids? Going to the library is bad because it
No,
make you whisper.
just don't whisper. Just fucking shout!
Quiet. I'm so sorry, my loves. Ew, you actually licked the microphone.
Just slightly. Shut the fuck up. I'll clean that later. I'm really curious how this is gonna sound later.
Are you one of those guys that like get so close to their mic you can see all the gunk that they sprayed on it or whatever with their mouth?
Oh,
see those
yeah,
mics?
I've seen those.
Nah, it's terrible. God, I
Like,
don't even want to
people's,
get
like-
close to it. They get too close. They're like, "Hey guys, welcome to my new channel." Or I don't know. It just their black microphone becomes flaky looking.
Ew.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it is. Really.
Well,
Don't become one of them.
have you ever gone to like YouTube and just found this little kid's channel and you click the only thing there is Minecraft, and when you click on a video out of curiosity, all you hear is
Hey guys, welcome welcome to my channel.
they're so close to the mic, all you hear is like that scratchy reverb.
Today we're gonna play
Alright,
Minecraft.
the fucking mic.
we're gonna go to the nether.
No.
Yeah, that's how
Okay.
it's great.
It's funny because I hate the fact that with YouTube, no matter what you click, if you click on just one video, you recommend you just like slapped with all kinds of those videos. It's
yeah.
like I was just curious of one video, and now you haven't. You filmed my recommended what's a bunch of fucking Minecraft Let's Plays. It's like I don't want this shit here.
To be precise, 12-year-old Minecraft Let's Plays.
That's right, because all the 9-year-olds go to PewDiePie. So I know you guys don't watch a lot of SpongeBob, and I don't really know how much you guys don't know a lot about it, as so you've told. I don't know if you know about this, but there's a lot of crimes that are committed in SpongeBob that I'm
Oh.
pretty sure you aren't aware. And so I have a list of different crimes committed by different characters, both either in pair or solo. And so this is what I have. So the first one is cannibalism. At one point, there's the Olympic Games, and Patrick does this somersault or whatnot, and he ends up getting boiling hot oil, and it dumps to a certain part of the fans that they get fried, and they become fish sticks. And some guy with a sign just goes, "Fish sticks, get your fish sticks here,"
Oh.
and he sells them.
Ah.
I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, that doesn't sound bad. It's fish sticks, but if that happened to a human, oh God, I would totally buy that.
But wouldn't you want to know what a person tastes like?
No, I wouldn't. Apparently, it's really bad for your immune system.
Yes, so I've told you.
Yeah, but I knew before.
Pretty sure about that.
Yeah, I'm sure about it.
No, but from what I know, from what cannibals have said, the closest thing to human flesh is pulled pork.
Really?
Apparently. So next time you're eating pulled pork out there, just think that you're eating a person.
Pulled pork tastes good.
Oh,
I
especially
actually like it on a burger.
Yeah, barbecue pulled pork.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just the
oof,
bomb.
yeah.
You mean like Sloppy Joe?
I
Not
don't-
really sloppy Joe. It's
I don't know why people give sloppy joes like a bad rep. I actually like them.
Yeah, I like them too. I remember in middle school they'd give out Sloppy Joes and almost everyone would throw them away. So I'd tell everyone like, just bring them to me. So I'd get a literal pile of Sloppy Joes that I just spent all recess eating.
But
I'm
then
fine with sloppy joes. I'm not really picky when it comes to eating, but I'm much rather the pulled pork
But then
barbecue
again,
burger.
I like anything that's sloppy.
Oh.
So
Angel's got plenty of that.
So the second crime that's been committed, this is in no particular order too. I'm just naming off certain crimes. Mrs. Puff has committed Grand Theft Auto.
Really?
Yeah, there was one episode where SpongeBob's was gonna take the driving test, and his parents
I remember
assumed
seeing
that he was gonna pass, so they got him a car. And so Mrs. Puff knows how bad he is at driving, so as a way of saving everyone else, she tried to rob the car. But at the same time, SpongeBob had heard her, and he tried to stop, and it's just this whole debacle.
Oh man. It's interesting how SpongeBob sometimes hits like really close to home subjects for people, and bad drivers is a big one, especially young bad drivers, because
Hearing out that, you little shits.
there's
Fuck you.
there's too many of them.
There are really. I find it so boggling how some people get their driver's license. I'm like, where the fuck did you go that you got it so easily? Jesus Christ.
They probably like spent a couple years driving illegally.
I mean, I technically did.
I don't know how people do that. I got so paranoid at the thought of being pulled over.
Well, that's the thing. Before I was able to get my permit, my dad wanted me to start driving, so he would take me out in the mornings. So we would both be driving illegally. Don't take me as take me as an
Take
example.
me as
Don't
a good example.
get your permit before you start.
Go do
learning
it
how to
early
drive.
in the morning with your parents or guardian or whomever,
Sure, let's go with that.
including a person. It's like Mrs. Puff.
So the third crime that is committed is SpongeBob and Patrick tried to rob a bank at one point.
Why does that sound familiar?
They were wearing socks over their heads, and SpongeBob was like, "All right, put the money in the bag. Put it in." It's like, "Sir, you're turned around." Oh, because it was an episode where I guess Mrs. Puff got arrested for some weird reason. I forgot why. And the episode is just Patrick and SpongeBob trying to find ways to bail her out. And one of them was like, "Oh, let's rob a bank."
How is that logical?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
SpongeBob. Nothing is logical.
If anyone did anything that ever happened in SpongeBob, one, they'd be dead, or
They'd be in prison.
in deep shit. Yeah. Like, I don't know how SpongeBob isn't in a life sentence in jail, along with a lot of other characters.
I mean, other characters have gotten arrested.
True. Plankton probably the most.
Squidward has gotten arrested the most.
Oh,
From what I
really?
know, he's been arrested multiple times.
More than Plankton?
Plankton has only gotten arrested like 2 or 3 times, from what I know. But he's been in prison the longest out of everyone,
Oh.
from what I know. The fourth thing that's in terms of crime is one time SpongeBob impersonated a lifeguard, even though he can't swim.
I think I remember.
Yeah, because he had gotten, I think, ice cream on his nose, and Larry the Lobster, who was the lifeguard at the time, confused him for being a lifeguard, and so everyone just assumed he was a lifeguard, even though he knew he couldn't swim for shit. So at one point, when Patrick's drowning, he's all like, "Oh shit, someone help him!" It's like, "You're the lifeguard." So he goes to the parking lot, steals someone's car, which is obviously in the shape of a boat. He's all like trying to paddle towards him.
That's like me during summer. It's like, aren't you the lifeguard? It's like, yeah, but I can't swim, so.
But
You're on your own, kid.
even though you're pretty much kind of like a lifeguard because you work at the pool.
Kind of.
Yeah, it does. See, I was talking about that with our dad about your job because we thought you'd be some sort of a lifeguard, but you said no.
No, I just.
So if you see a kid drowning on the pool, does that mean like, yeah, I can't go save him? I'm not a lifeguard,
Damn right.
even though you know how to swim.
It's like, yeah, fucking natural selection will take care of it. The strong will survive, the weak will fall.
That's what you go. You go toward the kid, and that's what you tell him. You don't save him. You tell him.
But, of course, all jokes aside, I would try to help them if all the swimmers in the pool wouldn't help them. But.
If we was on the 3 feet section, I'd go help him. If he was on the 12, good luck to you.
I love how you say try to help him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You won't save
You
them.
throw a line. It's I didn't grab it. Oh well, I tried.
You dip your toe in the pool. Ah, it's too cold. Sorry. You're on your own, kid.
Actually, for part of my job, I'll have to be taking a lifeguard certification test.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and apparently it's pretty tough. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Really? My friend Devin, who was we were talking about, he's actually a registered lifeguard.
Oh, nice.
Like
So-
legit one.
Yeah, legit
Oh.
registered. He volunteered as a lifeguard at one point during the summer. So
Okay, I say legit because here we don't really have it legit.
Not yet.
do we really not in the beaches?
What?
Do we
no,
really
I'm
not?
talking about this guy right
Oh,
here.
I mean, like in the beaches. I'm like, do we not have certified lifeguards over there?
I don't know. Really, like the few
haven't
times
really.
I've gone to the beach, I've not really seen any.
Yeah.
'Cause I know
I
in-
see their little headquarters, but
It's like you never see them like
Never flipping
any
see 'em.
motherfucker's drowning.
yeah.
I guess I have the same job, I guess. I'm basically paid to wait for something to happen.
This is all the things that run through his mind as the kid is drowning.
It's like, nah, do they pay me enough for this shit? I don't know.
But I guess I kind of am a lifeguard.
But am I really?
He sees a kid drowning. It's like,
He's
hold
about
on. He
to go.
gets two floaties.
He's
It's like,
about to-
I'm ready.
He's about to jump in the water with the float. He's like, but you know, I'm thinking, what if they don't pay me enough and he's still drowning?
That reminds me
He
of
finally
that.
drowns and sinks to the bottom. It's like, yeah, you know, I guess it's pretty fine that I go and like, I guess it would be courteous of me to go help him. Yeah, I'll go.
That reminds me of that Family Guy episode where like it cuts to a flashback that Peter has to wear floaties when he eats soup because he might drown. So it's like, here's your soup. Then I'll be like, his face is all in it. He's like, I'm drowning. So the next crime that has been committed was it's
In
actually really
SpongeBob.
like that's been it's a really popular episode. SpongeBob and Squidward both constrain and torture Mr. Krabs.
What?
Because there's an episode where SpongeBob saw a horror movie of Robot Retaliation.
Oh, okay. I thought
And
they
so
got a kinky idea.
What?
What?
No. Well, so basically he convinces Squidward that Mr. Krabs is a robot, and so they're trying to figure out who's the actual robot. So they tie him up in the chair and like start breaking like his valuable shit.
Oh, damn.
And it's not until they get to the register where he starts like weeping and sobbing. It's like, no, that's my precious register. And then Squidward's all like, I thought you said robots to me crying. It's like, they don't. Shit.
Imagine that
Yeah.
actually happened. Like, there is a robot retaliation. They have to see who's who. That would suck.
Well,
Where?
it's pretty easy. Just stick your dick in them. If you feel something poke them,
All
it's
right,
clearly a
man.
robot.
Oh god.
If you get electrified, then you
If you get a little tingle in your
in your
little
wingle, you get a little tingle in your wingle,
Then you know it's a-
you done dingle.
This is just a bunch of propaganda posters. It's like, if you get a tingle on your wingle, then that means you're a robot. So the next is pretty much one of the most iconic episodes I know.
I'd see that billboard next to your house. Only next to your house.
Is SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs both poison and murder the health inspector?
What?
So there's an episode of.
What do they use?
Dude, that's like
cyanide or
real
So
life.
so here's what happened. So in the episode there was the news that there was a fake health inspector running around, and so a health inspector comes, but Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob thought it was the fake one. So Mr. Krabs make like a really nasty Krabby Patty. They like put a bunch of weird shit in it. They drop it in the toilet. And it's just all nasty.
Oh.
And so he's gonna take a bite and he ends up choking on it, and he passes out. And so they think he's dead. And so instead of calling the police, they grab him and in the middle of the night try to bury him.
Oh wow. That's dark.
So yeah, they
All the kids love that.
they accidentally poisoned him, but purposely tried to get rid of the body.
Wait, but oh well, yeah. I was gonna say like, how did they not want to kill him on purpose? But I get it. It was just
It was just a joke because they
yeah,
thought
it
he
was
was
just
the
a
fake
joke.
one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like the end of, or like in the middle of the episode where the news is like, oh, we caught the fake health inspector. Here's his mugshot, and they're all like, so that other health inspector was the real health inspector. And they're like, oh fuck. And Mr. Krabs is like, shut your fucking face. We don't talk about this to anyone, okay?
I used to work in two fast food restaurants, and whenever we'd get the health inspector over, it was always so stressful
Really?
because we had to have everything perfect, and they put more pressure on the employees than is necessary. Like, they stress you out, where they could just be, okay, please just keep everything clean.
Well, at the same time, you kind of can't blame him because, like, employees do what they want,
Yeah, that's true.
but a bad health inspector review can fuck over the whole restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got like anything lower than an A, it's like people get hesitant of going in the place.
Yeah.
Depending what it is, because like if it's a franchise, it's kind of more reliable. Like back when I used to work at Subway, like the last couple of months I worked there, we had mice.
Ooh.
And like the landlord never bothered calling like inspector, so we would see them like crawling. The worst and most stressful part is like when we'd have a customer and you'd see them like out of the corner of your eye. It's like fuck, don't pay attention. So like one time there was a guy eating and like underneath, we saw him underneath and it was like crawling and we're like, oh shit.
I'm curious to ask what place this was.
The Subway by
It was
the military
Subway.
base.
I wasn't listening. Crap.
Yeah,
Really?
back when
Damn.
I worked.
Now there's gonna be if anyone hears this, in some way, we're gone.
You know why the Swiss cheese has holes now?
Yes.
Cause I put my dick in it.
No.
My special cheese.
I thought we weren't gonna mention that part. It was a secret recipe.
I wouldn't say secret recipe. It's more of like a secret technique. Technique. I love that episode. It's so much fun. Technique. First you do this, and then this, and then this, and that, and this, and that, and that, and
Is that
that.
how you make your donuts too?
Yes. I just make a dough ball and then and then if I want to make it cream filled, I use it
All right. That's good enough.
Alright.
Why am I here?
So we're at the
Krispy
certain
Kreme's
point
finest.
where you get random questions. I will ask you certain questions, and you motherfuckers will answer it to the best of your abilities.
All right.
All right.
Alright.
Would you rather shit molten hot gold or puke razor sharp diamonds?
Gold.
Gold, yeah.
You'd rather shit molten hot gold?
Yeah, at least I can get some money out of gold. Diamonds are worthless.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Rather.
Yeah.
Their value has decreased.
I don't find that surprising. Like they become a little more common.
Like you can't sell it for half the price you got it for. The only reason they're valuable is because they take so long to cut into a certain shape.
I just feel bad for the toilet. Every shit just melts off. All I know is like because you can't clean off all the gold, your asshole would just be gold plated once it dries. It's like some dude's about to do you. It's like I don't know, man. My butthole's pretty special. What makes yours? You like pull your pants down, spread your butt cheeks, bam, golden plated asshole.
Wait, what's that movie where like they open the suitcase and it's just like this golden light? It's like
Oh, that's
Wait,
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
Where it's like it never explains what's in it. It's just like whoa, and then it
I mean,
ends.
people have theories about it, but
That's theories, but like
yeah, it's just theories.
I actually haven't
Tarantino's not
seen
really mentioned any.
Pulp Fiction.
No.
Neither have I.
It's funny. I love the director because he was in an interview once where it's like this woman, and it's like, why do you put so much violence in like your movies? Don't you know that kids watch it?
Isn't that a
And he-
bunch of questions? That's like the number one question most people ask.
Yeah, and so
he's gotten so sick of it.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing because you could tell he was sick of it because her name was Sharon, and when she asked that, he's just like, because Sharon, it's fun. That was his response because I'm not tired of like of bullshit questions that he gets.
Well, imagine being asked that like several times a day for every
But
single.
like I mean that's how it is for like any major blockbuster. Like think of Aquaman, like with Jason Momoa. Everyone's gonna know him for that for like a long time. You're just gonna get a bunch of questions.
That's true.
So it's just how it is with the entertainment industry. It's like once you become big with something, you are known for that thing, and you will get asked the same questions multiple times with multiple interviews. It's just how it is. It's the same thing with YouTube. Like once you become big on it, everyone just like they favor something about you, and they'll obsess about it. That's just how it be.
That's what I like about voice acting is that you still get that, but not nearly as intensely.
Yeah, because like you can be a good voice actor, but not as many people will look into you as they do in the character.
Yeah, you can still go to Walmart or something and still be fine unless you speak in your character's voice.
Or people know who you are.
Yeah.
But yeah. So question 2. Would you sit on a cake, or would you rather sit on a cake and eat a dick, or eat a dick and sit on a cake?
Pardon what?
Would you rather sit on a cake and eat a dick, or would you rather sit on a dick and eat a cake?
I don't want to answer this.
Too bad you're gonna answer this.
No, I'm not.
No, yes, you are. You're in this goddamn podcast and you're
I'm
gonna answer my
not
question.
answering this.
By dick, do you mean like spotted dick? It's a dessert.
No, I'm talking about full-fledged, hard, meaty cocks.
You said that with.
Such enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Okay, going off tangent.
Have you sat on a dick and
Sadly,
eaten a
no.
cake, or have actually done it vice versa?
So I'd rather sit. You want to hear my answer?
Well, I want to hear what you've done.
I haven't done either. But in this question, even though I asked you motherfuckers, I will give you my answer first. I'd rather sit on a dick and eat a cake.
Yeah, I'd go with that one too.
No,
Sebastian.
I'm not. I'm not answering it.
Motherfucker.
I don't. No, absolutely not.
Because it's
Because I don't want both of them. I don't. Or
You don't
one
want
of them.
cake?
What?
You don't want cake?
Minus the dick.
You got a problem with dicks?
What? No, not with mine. With others. Yes.
Are you?
It's okay.
Mine
buddy.
is the star.
Well,
No
that's a
one
little
else's.
self-centered. What's up, dicks and glories for your dick? No one else's. They don't get a spotlight, huh? They don't get a little gluggy gluggy. Just look at
No.
Angelo. His voice is fucked because he's so generous.
Oh my god.
What are you doing? Being a mouth without a dick? Disgusting!
Disgusting.
All of this is disgusting.
Disgusting.
So,
Terrible.
have you guys seen the Toy Story 4?
No. Is it already
There
out?
was a teaser.
It's a
and
trailer?
teaser. I don't think there's a trailer yet, but did you see the teaser?
They had 2 teasers, didn't they?
Did they?
It was a very small one with all the characters kind of like jumping in the air.
Yeah, like
and
the
you
little
see
doing
form.
the circle.
And then there was another one in the what is it? It was a fair
Yeah.
with
with Buzz Lightyear and the other 2 plushies.
and the
or
buddies.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am honestly
but you know
not
what?
so
Now I'm
psyched
thinking-
about it.
Neither am I. Like, Toy Story 3 was just an emotional.
It was
fucking
an amazing
movie.
close.
Yes,
it was
it was.
amazing
It
closure
was
to
the
the entire
most-
Toy Story story.
It's something that people can't do nowadays because sequels are hard. And they made 3 really good movies with a perfect end. And now it's like that SpongeBob meme where Mr. Krabs is like, "Am I really gonna defile this body for money?" And he's just like, "Of course I am." That's Disney right now with Toy Story. They ended
But
up.
that's up with Disney with all the other live action films that they're making.
Yeah, for those who haven't heard it, in our last podcast we talked about how Disney has just been getting fucking lazy with their movies. And with this new Aladdin movie coming out, it's just like people are gonna be like, "Fucking stop!"
At least it seems so to us, and I'm sure many other people see it that way. I don't know what the studio is actually thinking, but money's definitely one of the.
I am curious
big
how
reasons.
the Lion King is gonna turn out, because it's clearly not live action.
I'm not excited.
It's all CG. I know a lot of people are, but I'm just like, I don't know. The story is a little too iconic.
I think the younger you are, the more you accept it.
Cause like we were around when these movies originally came out, or we grew up with them, and it's just like making a reboot's weird.
Yeah.
But it's not just that it's a reboot. Is that they've already told, for example, The Lion King. They've already told the story, and it's not that they just told it. It's well known, like extremely well known by many or
It's like
almost
one of the
everyone.
Disney classics.
Yeah, it's a Disney classic, and
You
to
don't
be
mess
doing
with a
and to
classic.
be retelling that
That's not what
story
Disney said.
again, to be doing that story again and presenting it, but just with live action, to speak, it's useless. It's useless because it's already known.
It takes
it's
away
already
the-
great.
Yeah,
and
it takes away the magicality of
Magic.
the magic of the 2D animation, the classic 2D animation.
Wonder what Disney thinks about right now.
Well, fuck you. Well, fuck you. Give me your money. Fuck you. Isn't that right, Pluto?
Well, I think that Disney, or the best part of Disney now, since they own so many things now, is Pixar. Pixar is still great, but ever since Disney bought Pixar, they've just been
Pixar movies is not
adding
that
feelings. What?
great. Pixar movies haven't been that great lately.
Recently, no.
No.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Frozen 2?
There's a Frozen too.
It actually
There's
looks
a Frozen
interesting
2.
because in the trailer it seems like they're going with a darker tone, which I find interesting because I never watched the first Frozen because it annoyed the shit out of me, especially with my little sister. But in the trailer, there's like Elsa and she's trying to go like walk across the ocean and like she keeps on getting hit by waves, and it's extremely dark.
Well, I like the darkness.
So yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
There's a dark.
Well, in Frozen, it's pretty dark because like people are dying and stuff, boy.
Okay, well, I've only seen the Frozen movie once. Didn't like it. The only good thing about that was Olaf. And
In the trailer, they made it seem like Olaf was like the main part of the movie, but no, Olaf was just this
side character.
side character that
He was a
barely showed up.
He was a supporting character that Disney saw and like, hey, a lot of people like him. Let's make a solo movie for him, and it flopped because he never do that with side characters or with supporting characters.
That's
Well,
true.
There are
It
instances.
depends.
There are instances.
Depends.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Jimmy Neutron.
What?
Oh god damn it, Planet Sheen. That was sick. That was fucking-
They gave Sheen his own TV show.
Oh no.
Do you know about it? It's like he gets stuck in a rocket and he goes to this weird alien planet.
Yeah, I remember, but oh no.
So, sadly, Kiwi has to leave because he has to go to a smelly job. So it's gonna be me and Sebastian right now. I'm gonna cut it off and we'll be back with you in just a sec.
He's gonna go.
Goodbye.
And we're back.
Yes, Kiwi has left us and now it's just me and his ugly brother.
Reminded me of the last time we did lumps in which I left and my brother stayed. But that wasn't because of work, ladies.
That's because you were
gentlemen.
dying
Boys
internal.
and girls, I was dying. I was.
For those who don't know,
I had to go to the
Sebastian
ER.
he had kidney stones
I did.
that day.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, that actually.
Your
was
little
very-
pee-pee hurt.
Well, no, actually, it wasn't the pee-pee that hurt.
It's just
Yes.
everything else.
Not yet.
I mean, eventually your pee-pee.
Yeah, eventually, as anyone would know with kidney stones, or has experienced it, or at least read about it, or some uncle told you, it's
Some uncle, what the fuck?
I don't know, just throwing that in there.
I guess.
Yeah, it was very excruciating pain. But this pain, I mean, of course, I've never felt it before. My body went into a shock, and before feeling any of the pain into the PP, the terrible feeling was more on my lower back and also, of course, around the kidney, the bladder part. It was so excruciating that my body, I felt like I wanted to give up and faint, but I didn't. And because of that, I was allowed to get convulsions. So I started convulsing. The pain immediately took me to throwing up because of the pain. And eventually I was looking like Stephen Hawking in a wheelchair because any movement my body made, it worsened the pain on my kidneys. And so my brother taking me over there to the emergency room here on the wheelchair, he decides to throw in a nice joke trying to make me laugh. Like, oh, dude, you look like Stephen Hawking. It's a perfect moment for him to deliver that. Because really, I really look like Stephen Hawking.
So I don't know, like if you know, or the doctors explain, how exactly do you get kidney stones?
Oh, well, it's either too much sodium or some people get them naturally. I don't...
You can get them naturally?
Yes,
What the
because
fuck?
as far as I was told, and plus I was in a lot of pain, so I wasn't listening to what a lot of
It's like,
But as far as I heard, it's because of a lot of sodium, so that means less water, more sodiums or salts.
That's sodium is.
And so that's the reason I was getting it. I wasn't drinking a lot of water, so go figure. But
So-
some people don't even have to drink a lot of water or drink less water or no water in order to get a kidney stone because sometimes their bodies produce those ingredients, and they get them immediately.
So lesson
it's-
learned.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated.
And it's common. It's common for older people to get it, but younger people get it too, and that's because of the what is it? The word left. It's just their bodies make it.
Yeah, it depends like on the person age. It's one of those things where it's like not just one type of person get it. It's too complicated for something like that.
Yeah. And for whoever's really picky with the way I explained it or anything like that, because it's not that way. Science says it's this and that. You get the gist of it. It's basically works that way.
But anyway, going off on a on a sillier topic, have you seen them Sonic pics though?
I did. I even sent you one with Sonic and the other sitting fox puppet. Do you have?
Oh yeah,
seen that?
yeah.
Flash that one on the screen, buddy. It's terrible.
I don't know why, but I don't get notifications when someone messages me on Instagram anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know why. So
Oh,
like.
okay.
The reason I don't respond to yours like sometimes right away is because it's only when I open it and I see I'm like, oh, I have a message. Oh, it's from Sebastian. What the fuck?
Well, I'm not on Instagram a lot, but yeah, that time definitely had to send you that one. It was bad. And I'm not really. It's a legit thing. It's a legit movie that they're making.
Yes.
I'm not excited for it. There's a lot of movies that are coming out.
Because you've seen how he looks, right? So I don't think
Yeah.
he looks that bad. I feel like people are overdoing it, saying that it looks terrible.
It looks accurate.
It could have. He's not even wearing gloves. Like his hand is just white instead of the glove,
Oh yeah, right.
and he has two eyes instead of like the little mono eye.
The little manga drawn eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like people make it seem worse than it is, but we all know that this movie's probably gonna flop.
Yeah. Video game movies usually flop.
Yeah.
All the time.
A funny thing is, they're making an Angry Birds 2 movie.
Yeah. I don't know if they learned from the last.
I was okay with the last one, to be
Really?
honest. Yeah, I didn't.
I only
find-
saw. I didn't see the entire thing because no, I didn't want. But
But I was okay. I was okay with the last one, to be honest. Like, it wasn't fucking gold, but like I'm like whatever. It's something I would watch if I had time to.
I don't know.
So, are you ready for this shocking reveal?
Do it.
They're
Do
making
it.
a Shrek reboot. They're
I did hear
fucking
about that.
doing it.
Illumination
Illumination is doing it.
I am not excited for that.
Neither am
See,
I.
the Shrek movies, even though they're a big meme or anything, are
They're good. They're still good.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Like that's what makes them.
But for them to be bringing it back like a bunch of other companies are doing, like Disney with their films.
Especially since it's an Illumination and they have a certain style to
Yeah.
their animations with like all the Dr. Seuss ones. It's
Which
just
I don't
like,
really.
yeah, you mentioned how like you don't like the style Illumination has.
No.
But yeah, that's something I fear because Shrek is such a good meme because it's a good movie and you could easily poke fun of it for the jokes and whatnot. So pray to the your god Shrek.
The new movie will either hinder or just encourage all the memes.
You know, a lot of people are gonna go. I'm gonna go watch it when it
I'm
comes.
not.
Like whether I like it or not, I'm gonna go watch. It'll be like Detective Pikachu. I don't know whether it'll be good or not, but I'm still gonna watch it just to see what it's like.
I don't know. I'm not really. One, because Illumination, but two, I'm not really.
It's like don't replace
really
something
big
that's
on-
not broken.
Yeah, I'm not really big on reboots. Really.
Some reboots can use it. Like if the movie's good, just stop. But if it's bad, sure, make a reboot. Try to make it better.
Would a prequel or a sequel be considered after a long time? I don't think it would
No.
be considered a reboot.
No,
I mean,
it's forced
but
into
even,
canon.
But even a lot of those are bad.
I mean, look at the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh God, look at the Solo, the Solo movie.
Yeah.
That was horseshit. Did you see that movie?
Only saw scenes. It was enough.
Oh fuck, dude. There's so many elements where I'm like, stop. Like,
There was only one movie which I was fine with looking at again that they brought it back, and it was Blade Runner 2049. I loved it.
never got into the Blade Runner franchise.
Like me, I mean, I never knew about it for quite a long time, but I think my dad introduced it to me, and I loved the first one. And when they came with the second one, I was worried because of that thing that happens with prequels and sequels. They're always
Yeah, especially like after a long period of time. Like, why bring it back?
Yeah, yeah. But with Blade Runner 2049, when they brought it back, I mean, yeah, it wasn't widely recognized as the first one because the first one was a breakthrough and revolutionary, and the second one was kind of, not like that. But it was still amazing in its own way, and it complemented the story. Not like Jar Jar Binks and the other 3 flippant Star Wars movies. Oh, I spit.
At least it's on the mic.
Rage.
I rage so hard that I spit pew pew.
I'm very sorry.
But see, and then there's movies that I feel indifferent about, like the new Hellboy
I feel
reboot,
indifferent about that.
because like the Rob Perlman movies were so good,
Yeah.
but then it's like this one looks good too, but it's not the one that I'm so attached to. I'm so emotionally attached, especially since they don't have Abe Sapien. Like, what the fuck is that about? He's such a big part in the comics, but this one seems to be more comic accurate because in the Hellboy comics, unlike in the movies, the organization that they're a part of is well known and they're accepted for like other monsters and monster hunting. Unlike in the Rob Perlman one where they quote unquote try to become a secret, it's like, oh, Hellboy isn't real, and it takes the organization is in London instead of good old USA. But yeah, I'm curious because I know the actor, I forgot his name, but I know he was a cop in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Dad cop. That good dad bod. And I know he's a good actor and good comic, so I'm curious how this will go. But I don't know. I'm just so indifferent because Rob Perlman for me was the one true Hellboy.
Yeah, I like Hellboy, so I'll probably go watch that movie anyway.
Yeah, 'cause it looks like a fun movie. It's
It
just
does.
my emotional attachment to the first two. Because I know it's supposed to be a trilogy, but they never got the approval to make the third one.
Yeah, didn't a lot of people feel like that for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies?
It died after the third one, though.
Yeah. Oh well, the third one, and rightfully so, because a lot of the things the studio was forcing on the director.
Yeah, like I feel bad for the director too, because like he wanted to put Vulture, but he was pressured to put Venom instead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because one problem with that, it had way too many fucking villains. You had 3 villains, and then the whole transition with the green.
You think about it, like for example, Spider-Man: Homecoming was great, but I think it also had 3 villains. There was just
but it focused on
but
one.
it
specific.
focused on one, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Spider-Man
that's
3
what I mean.
tried to focus on 3 villains.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they presented at least like 3 villains, but
Yeah.
they just focused on one.
Yeah, the Vulture.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man 3, what it tried to do is try to put so much focus on the conflict between Harry and Peter, Venom, and the Sandman all together in just one movie, and that never goes good. It's like, do an origin at a time, motherfuckers. But, yeah, that's... Also, my biggest complaint about Spider-Man 3 is the way Venom looked. Because in the comics, he's this fucking raging, bulky guy, and so is Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
And in the movie, it's like, no, ew, he's all scrawny and skinny. I'm like, ugh, what is this shit?
I'm Venom.
I liked the black suit, but not the Venom suit.
Oh, yeah.
But I did think the guy who played Sandman, I liked his performance as a... He looked like the comic book character. But, yeah. Alright, are you ready? Time for the new segment, Fill in the Blanks. So I'm going to give you a fill in the blank, and you're going to answer it to the best of your abilities.
Alright.
Fuck blank, get blank.
Fuck blank. And what?
Fuck blank, get blank.
I really don't know.
Come on, just think of something.
I am blank in my head.
Just 2 simple words. Fuck blank, get blank.
Fuck. I don't know.
Fine, well, what's the next one?
I really don't know, man. And you know what? Fuck books. I'm only saying books because we're in a library.
Uh-huh.
Fuck books and what?
Get blank.
Get it.
Fuck books, get it? Alright, next one. I like to blink when I'm home alone.
Like to blink when I'm home alone. Like to fap when I'm home alone.
That would have been my answer.
I know it was. That's why I said
The
it.
third one. My name is Blank and I enjoy Blink.
My name is Blank, and I enjoy Blink.
Blink.
Blank. My name is.
Do not know your name.
Ah, dang it! No, I'm trying to think of this guy's name, but I can't. Is it?
Answer the question.
My name is. Wait.
My name's Cletus and I enjoy fucking cows.
I like hearing that bell come back and forth if you don't want me.
That reminds me of the goat.
Oh.
And we're not gonna talk about it, but it's just an inside joke that I thought I'd bring up.
Yeah. And the hot pocket.
No, yeah, no. Keep this line as a way of living, kids. First you reel them in with the hot pocket, and then boom, you hit them with the pug.
Damn. Brings a lot of memories. And then talk about the turtles.
Oh yeah, the turtles.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we discuss it slightly in the third podcast.
These are mostly just inside jokes.
Yeah. So fuck you.
I don't know if
You
we'll
don't get
bother
to know.
explaining them one day.
No, we will not. They'll be within our
They will
heads, and that's
stay.
when they'll stay.
Okay.
They will not be going anywhere. All right. So, as a way to appreciate history, I looked up today in history. So today in history, in March 10th, 1910, slavery was abolished in China.
Oh.
So a little fun fact for all you.
But I actually
History
like that
loves.
fun fact. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you forget like other countries had slavery, but they're not always
I
this.
actually quite don't forget that.
I mean,
Just don't know their history very well.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like we know obviously slaves here in the U.S. if you're American, but obviously slavery was very different in other countries and other certain points. Like with the Greeks back in Pompeii, the way they used to do slavery was extremely different the way they did here. Basically, if they took over your country, you were considered a slave. But unlike here in America, you could actually eventually come out of slavery and become a citizen. It's just one of those things that you had to work your way out of.
Oh,
Unlike here
in Pompeii, you couldn't work your way out of it?
No. I'm saying like the Greeks, like in Pompeii and like ancient Greeks,
Yeah.
if you were a slave, you could eventually work your way out of it and become a citizen.
Oh.
Because they recognized the humanity in people, and they figured like, oh yeah, we took you over, but you just have to work to become a citizen.
Mhm.
Unlike here in America, where it's like, nah, you're just a slave forever, and we fucking hate you, and we're racist.
Slave, that's right.
Yeah, we got racist pieces of shit. But whatever. It's how it be sometimes, to be honest.
The things they do in the name of slavery.
Wait, was it you who sent me the guy with like the Pompeii thing?
Oh.
Now that I remember, because
Yeah,
I've seen
I
it
remember.
before, and I'm just like, wow, what a way to go. Because like from what we know, it's like everyone pretty much knew about like Pompeii and like it was erupting. So this guy, instead of running to safety, he's like, no, I'm doing one more. I gotta
I'm
check.
just gonna fap one quickly.
The saddest Pompeii like of a person I saw was like this little boy cuddling his dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like the skeletal remains is a boy like holding his dog. I'm just like, oh, the feels. Oh.
Damn, I want to see that picture.
Yeah, you can pull it up, but it's this little boy who during the Pompeii incident. If you don't know, like Pompeii, basically there was this mountain which no one realized was a volcano, and eventually it blew off its top and destroyed all of the city of Pompeii, and was just buried under a bunch of ash, rubble, and lava. And anyone that was there basically just died, and their bodies were covered in ash, and it allowed their skeletons to remain. So there are a lot of different people, like we mentioned right now. There is some guy who looked like he was fucking doing his last jerking off during Pompeii. And the one I mentioned now, this boy who's just like holding his dog out of fear. Which it makes you think, because we like to think of owning a pet as something that's only current, but pets have been around since fucking cavemen discovered about wolves and the pact that they made with them. Like, I believe it's Queen Elizabeth I who had a pug. She had like portraits with her pugs with her. I'm just like, wow. Because you think of these animals as something that's recent, but they're not. They've been around for so long. Like bulldogs. The reason a bulldog has its name was because back then, bulldogs were literally made to hold down bulls. They would grab their snout, I believe, and hold them down. They would hold down full-sized bulls. Hence the name of bulldog. I'm just like, holy shit. But nowadays, they're like all scrubby, scrawny, and just like, bleh, bleh, bleh. We were actually tempted to get an English bulldog, but we couldn't find one, and they're expensive. So we ended up settling with my little pit bull, Blue. We go more into detail in the last podcast if you want to know about doggos and our opinions on bad owners. Wink, wink, wink. But yeah, that's all I really have today.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Do you have anything else to talk about?
No.
All right. We almost hit an hour. We're like 56 minutes in, but I think that's it for today. We don't really have anything else to talk about. So like always, and like last time, I thank anyone who listened this long. And I'm pretty sure, Devin, you're listening, so go fuck yourself. I'm joking, you know I love you. Do you have any ending words to the audience?
No, well, I guess you should watch Lumps more.
Do it. Watch my podcast. Not that many people get to... Not that many people watch. You motherfuckers just want my animations. What do you think I am? Some kind of animator? Some kind of artist? Huh? You pieces of shit, you motherfuckers. I'm just joking.
Oh.
For those who do watch, thank you or listen, technically. For those who do listen, thank you.
Throughout the entire podcast. If you listened through the entire podcast, you can leave a comment and say you did.
Devin's going to leave one. Because I know he does.
Oh, okay.
He listens to the whole things. So, yeah, in terms of the animation status, it's pretty much almost done. I'm going to release it in 2 to 3 weeks, so expect that. But for now, you can listen to this little podcast. Alright, I guess I'll see you guys the next one. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.